What's good, YouTube? It's Justice I Used to Be Pay, and today I'm back with another video. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about Kanye West and his seemingly imminent return. Now, for a while now, we had been getting rumors that Kanye was supposed to be dropping an album. There was rumors that he was trying to drop it around the time that Drake dropped his. There was some issues with distribution companies and things like that. He was working with Dolla, and this was all taking place in Italy. But for the most part, these all were kind of rumors. There was a lot of validity to them, I will say that. So it wasn't like, it was just like people were making these things up. But there was no real confirmation that we could solidly look at as like bulletproof proof, I guess. That's a weird way to put it. But there was nothing that was like 100% certain until recently. Yesterday on Instagram, Dolla, who is the person that's basically been associated with Ye for a while now, the person that he's supposed to be dropping an album with, posted on Instagram with the post saying it's a yen sign and a dollar sign, which represents Ye and Dolla, and it says multi-stadium listening event November 3rd. Now, that's all the confirmation we got. There's no, locations listed or times or anything like that from the Instagram post, but it does seem to be something that's going to be taking place in Italy. There was that rumor that, again, there was supposed to be a stadium that seated about like 80,000 people being used for this listening party, but now there's supposed to be multiple stadiums used. I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know if it's all going to be on the same night. I don't know if they're going to, be in one main stadium and then have a bunch of other ones that are like smaller venues that also are doing. I don't know how it's going to work in general, but this does sound like something that Kanye would do, multiple venues for one stadium or for one album listening party, which just sounds like a mess to pretty much gather and get organized. But again, this sounds like something that Ye would do. And now I think this is very interesting because this is probably the furthest that Kanye has gone in terms of like saying outlandish things or saying stuff that might offend people. 2022 Kanye really took it to a different place. I don't think it's ever gone that far before. Of course, he said the slavery is a choice thing and George Bush doesn't care about black people. He said a lot of stuff, but I think 2022 was the year where he really pushed it to a different level, especially with the stuff about the mustache man from Germany and Jewish people and the JQ stuff. Like, he really took it to a whole new level in 2022. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how everyone responds. Obviously, the diehard Kanye fans aren't going to care. They're just going to say, Kanye made Graduation. Who cares, bro? I just like the music, whatever. Or they're going to say, he was low-key right. Like, the diehard Kanye fans are going to be there. We know that. But I think it's going to be interesting to see how the media responds to this, how the rest of the rap industry responds to this, and how also like the casual fans respond. Because again, Kanye has never been like a big media darling, but still, he's had the support of media. If he says something kind of out there and he drops, some good products, he drops some solid clothes or something like that, the mainstream media tends to kind of just forget about it and cover his music and all the things he's doing musically. But I think this time it's at such a point where it's such a hot button issue that I don't think the mainstream media is ever really going to be able to just talk about Ye in a music sense and it not be kind of awkward or them not have to mention the stuff he said or condemn the stuff he said every time he's brought up. Almost in a sense of like R. Kelly, obviously not the same thing, not even comparable in terms of what they actually did, but in terms of like how the media will talk about them. Oh yeah, Kanye's a great artist, but he said these horrible things. R. Kelly's a great artist, but he did, what I'm saying? It'll be kind of like that. I'm not saying Kanye did what R. Kelly did, but the way the coverage will be, I expect it to be kind of similar to that. And I expect most mainstream like media options to really kind of avoid talking about him. I think obviously like the Instagram blog pages, like Academics, Rap TV, all this stuff, they're going to talk about him. TMZ still will probably talk about him, but for the most part, those bigger pages, the billboards, the Rolling Stone, like I think they're going to try and kind of avoid the topic if they can, but if they do talk about him, they're going to talk about him like, yeah, he did this in his career, he had a great musical career, but this, and that, I think it'll be kind of like that. And for the overall, like overarching fan, not the diehard Kanye fan, I think they will be a little bit more turned off than usual. Again, Kanye said a whole bunch of stuff throughout his career, but it never got this serious, especially with the mustache man stuff. Honestly, this may sound like a hot take, but I feel like most people, I won't say most people, I feel like there's a lot of people who hear the JQ stuff and the stuff about Jewish people, and they don't flinch. They don't blink an eye. They honestly probably agree. So I feel like that's honestly not even the part where he lost a lot of people. I think the Mustache Man stuff from Germany. Now, do I agree with the JQ? No, I don't. But I'm saying in general, I think there's a lot of people who don't mind that theory and who don't mind when people say it. They might not outwardly be like, yeah, oh, yeah, but low key, they're like, I feel like there's a lot of people that are kind of like that. So overarching fans aren't going to be too turned off by that. But the Mustache Man stuff is probably where it was like, all right, that's a little too much. So I think this will be an interesting point in time for Ye. And if the album that comes out is really good, expect people to just ignore everything. Everything I just said about people, taking the road where they're like, I don't know. Throw that all out the window. Like, literally throw it out the window. If this album is like an 8 out of 10 or above, throw everything I just said out the window, minus maybe like Rolling Stone and, those big media music companies. Still kind of having that weird gray area with Kanye. But if the music's great, all the fans are just going to be like, yeah, he did say that stuff. But, maybe he didn't mean it. Maybe he was just saying it to get out of all his deals and stuff. And, they're just going to do that whole thing where they just cope in their brain and make up whatever reason that they think, makes it justifiable. But if this music is bad, it will be the exact opposite. Nobody's going to talk about the music. They're going to be like, man, this dude just said all this horrible, nasty stuff. And then he tries to come back, man, that ain't cool, man. It'll be, whatever side of history ends up winning in terms of Kanye's music being good or Kanye's music being bad is the side that people will take in terms of how they feel about Kanye, because that's just how the world works. Now, me personally, I will listen to the album, but it just probably won't ever feel the same in terms of like being a Kanye fan, because again, I could sit through all the other stuff. He tried to justify some weird stuff, and I think he was wrong about a lot of the stuff he said. But in general, it was never to the point where I was like, man, this is just a little too far. But recently, there's a point where you just kind of got to wipe your hands and be like, I can't defend that. There's nothing I can say to be like, yes, we should love the mustache. Like, I can't. Like there's nothing I can say to that. So at a certain point, you just kind of got to be like, yeah, that it is what it is. But I think I still will listen to the music just because I'm such a big fan of Kanye, and I always have been. And the rap game and like rappers in general, they're not gonna care. They're just all gonna be on Kanye's nuts. They're gonna be like, oh my God, Kanye's back, yay, because they want to work with him. So they're not really gonna. And honestly, most rappers probably don't care about anything he said. Let's just keep it real. So yeah, I think in terms of like the mainstream media, the big media music companies, they're not really going to mess with him. They'll cover him if he gets really hot because of this album. But again, they'll still kind of talk about him while walking on eggshells. The Instagram pages, they're just going to be like, yay to GOAT. Yay, man. Yay, ain't never did nothing wrong, bro. Yay. You know how they meet right him. If you check any Rap TV post comment section about Ye, it's just insane meat writing. So we already know how that's going to go. The casual fan of rap and, the casual fan of Kanye might be a little turned off, but I think still in general, they will tune into the music if it does come out and it does have like some buzz behind it. And then me personally, yeah, I'm going to listen to it. I am. It's just what it is. I'm a huge Kanye fan. So at this point, I don't really know where I draw my moral line in terms of what I will listen to and what I won't. Like, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what that line is. I'm going to be honest to you. But yeah. And in general, do I think the music will be good? Probably. I mean, Donda 2 wasn't anything crazy, but that wasn't really finished. So I guess we'll have to see. I mean, Ty Dolla $ign's a great artist. Obviously, Ye's made great music throughout his entire career. So it should be good. But then again, we don't know where Kanye's mind at. We don't even know if Kanye should be making music at this point. And I mean, like, in terms of like him being all the way mentally cool and in a good spot. He just was out there kind of wilding in Italy, walking around barefoot, getting a little too comfortable on that boat. So we don't even know where his headspace is in terms of everything in general. We don't know if he's going to come out and apologize to the Jewish community. I highly doubt it, but we don't know if he's going to come out and say even worse things on this album because, let's just say it's not a good time for Jewish people. Yeah, I guess that's a way to put it. And I think Ye would see this as a perfect time to continue the commentary that he had last year. But musically, if this is a completed project, like it went through all the rough drafts and it came to an end where they actually worked on it and got it to completion, unlike Donda 2, then I would expect this album to actually be fairly good, especially with Ty Dolla $ign on it. And I know there's like, cancel culture. There's no cancel culture. Let's be real. You can't cancel Kanye West. Like I don't even really believe in cancel culture, but you can't cancel Kanye West. And also there's going to be remember I said this, mark this down. There's going to be a wave of rappers. There's going to be a wave of media members. There's going to be a wave of people who are like, oh, yeah, y'all tried to cancel Ye. You can't cancel Ye, because they're glazing him, trying to get on his good side, trying to get maybe an interview, trying to get on his project, trying to get him to produce a song for them. Like, while there's, there's two sides of that cancel culture coin. There's the virtue signaling, oh my God, he's bad, we can't support him. There's that side. But then there's also the side of people like, cancel culture is not a thing. That's I support him. We're going against cancel. There's two sides. I know people like to talk about the whiny canceling side, but there's also the anti-cancel culture side, which is damn near just as cringy. It honestly might even be more cringy. So expect a lot of people to be glazing Kanye in that way. Like, y'all tried to cancel Ye. Expect, I don't know, who's somebody struggling right now. I'm trying to think. I don't know, maybe like Soulja Boy's gonna get on Instagram and be like, y'all tried to cancel Ye. That's why Ye, my dog, listen to this album. Man, Ye, call me, man. Call me, Ye. We gonna get on this song, man. We gonna fight back. Like, expect some stuff going on like that as well. So I don't know. This will be an interesting time. I will be very intrigued to see how everything plays out. I don't know where this album's going to go in terms of what it'll sound like directionally. I don't know what the cover or like the topic's going to be of this project. I don't know anything about this project in general. All I know is it's Kanye West, Ty Dolla $ign. That's it. So this whole thing will be an entire surprise. I don't know where Kanye's mind is in terms of what he's thinking about. We don't know. He hasn't said anything. So it'll be interesting. But also, I just want to say, Kanye went through an entire arc of becoming a neo-Yahtzee and still dropped music before Kendrick dropped again and before J. Cole dropped again. What the hell? This man went full mustache man over the course of like a year and a half and still came back in time to beat out Kendrick and J. Cole in terms of like most recent projects. It's a little bit ridiculous, but that's the end of my video. I just wanted to put that in there at the end. If you agreed with anything I said in this video, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, do all that. If you disagree and think I'm an idiot and you're team Ye and you're going to get in here and, hop on that man's meat and ride it till the cows come home, let me know down below in the video as well in the comments. But if you made it this far, I greatly appreciate it. Leave a like, leave a subscribe. Have a good day. Be blessed. Be safe. Peace.